Hello everyone, my name is João Sampaio, and you can only think of this
That's
presentation
true.
as stunningly amazing. Not because you won't think otherwise, but because I don't allow you to do so. You also can't think that this is absurd, I don't allow you to do that either. And to finish with, you can't think that I'm a horrible person for doing that, I don't allow you to do that so. What you just experienced is called thought repression, and it happens every day. It may be happening even right now. Every human being is born free and is free to do what he wants to for the rest of his life. Preventing you from thinking freely is a violation of your human rights, and no one has the right to do it, uh, even if he is powerful and all these sort of things. Many people suffer from thought repression every day, but we don't see that much because their governments hide it very well, and that's a big problem. What's freedom of thought? It's the freedom for every human being to have his own thoughts, defend it, and even express it. It's closely related to the aspect of freedom of religion and freedom of speech. For example, if you're Jewish, you have the right to profess your religion and even build a temple to profess your religion and to practice it. Why shouldn't it be held private? First of all, it is human to have thoughts of all sorts of things, and no one can control them, not even the person who is thinking them. Second of all, if we try and control people's thoughts, we create a false reality, who can be really bad to both the people who are thinking and both the people surrounding them. Countries where this right is ignored, for example, is China and North Korea. Both these countries doesn't allow their citizens to express themselves freely, and much less to express to think freely of all aspects of their country. For example, in China, it was recently uncovered by the BBC that the Uyghur people are having problems for professing their religion. They can't do that freely. They're being forced to do acts that their religion condemned, and also being forced to even renounce their religion. In North Korea, the case is a little bit more complicated because the population isn't allowed even to think of the dictator and the government, authoritarian government, in a certain way. As exposed by Eun Park, a North Korean escapee, that when she was instructed not to think of the dictator in a bad way because she thought of him as an all-powerful God who could see everything, hear everything, even her thoughts. But does all thoughts have the right to be expressed? What if I think that your thought is wrong and I don't want you to think that? So this is a real good point because if we think of somebody else's thoughts or expression in a way that they can't do that, it can be really harmful because not only we are putting our freedom on top of theirs. So a pretty good way to solve that problem is to think. We are free as long as our freedom don't interfere in other people's freedom. That's the way to solve this problem. How can we defend freedom of thought? It's simple. We can defend it by expressing ourselves and protesting by other people's freedom of thought. Because, as I said previously, when you control a whole population thought, you end up creating a false reality, and people don't even know they are free to think. So we are the only ones able to tell the whole world about their situation and what they're going through, so they can fight for their own when they have the notion of what is happening to them. Thank you all for your time. Now, go freely, think freely, and express yourselves freely. Goodbye.